Good morning again. I'm Gary Lynn Floyd. This is Jamie Lula. We are Floyd Lula. Floyd Lula. We're excited to be here this morning, and we're looking forward to being back with you on Saturday evening. So please make your plans and invite a friend and come back, and we're going to fill the room and the area with a lot of good music. So we're glad to be here.
Everything beneath the sun breathes like a harmonium. Pure perfection has begun, shining like a midnight sun. Out of darkness I have come. I see God in everyone. Let me be an instrument, guided by an heaven sent. May these grapes of pain ferment, alchemize to love's content. Ever be a sacrament, knowing God is my intent. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Rolling like a thundercloud, let me live my love out loud, standing for mankind and proud, baptized in a holy shroud. Peace be still and know me now, God is in all I have found. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. Oh God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. God, let me know your name. Hold me in the same breath as your word. God, I feel you all around. Oh, how you astound me with your grace. Spinning like a prayer wheel, turning like Ezekiel's wheels. Nothing like a kiss seals this spirit I've become. Knowing what I'm here for, rolling on to distant shores, flowing from the infinite, God in everyone. darkness I have come. I see God in everyone.
Gary Lynn Floyd.
Jamie Lula.
Good morning, Vision. How are you? Good morning, everyone in the room. Come on here. Yay, make some noise. So good to see you. You at home, thank you for tuning in. Here we are celebrating our second really in person. We are tippy-toeing into our July 4th celebration where the room will be filled with you and your love and your joy and including everyone that's already here. So thank you, everyone, for being here. Wow, we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm so excited. We are moving back into the building little by little. Thank you for your patience and your love and your support and your masks and everything else. Let's pray in. I give great thanks for this day. What a gift. I give thanks for everyone here, for those at home that are tuning in from wherever you are, across the city, across the country. We know and accept that there is one life. It is God's life. It's whole and perfect and complete. It is expressing itself as us. It is flowing through us. And so are all of the qualities of God flowing through us, abundance and joy and peace and beauty, and it's just all there. It is all there for us to express, to embody, to believe, to demonstrate. And so I know we come together to remember that, to remember for ourselves and to remember for each other that there is just this one life. It is God's. It is expressing perfectly as you and I and everyone we see. Giving great thanks for this, I simply let it be, and so it is. Amen. Yay, so good to see all of you. Oh my gosh, it's just going to be like this for weeks and weeks. I'm just going to be happy, happy, happy. There's everybody's here. It's like I can't stop giggling. Oh, it is so good to see you. Anyway, I know I have an order of service in front of me. I want you to know that we have the meet and greet room at the end of the celebration. We're still doing that. We're not going to give up on that. We're going to keep meeting in that Zoom room after celebration. You come on in, get the link. It's in the chat box or on our website, www.visioncsl.org. Get that link. Come into the meet and greet room where you can get one-on-one prayer. We have little breakout rooms. You can go one-on-one with a practitioner for individual prayer. We are here to serve you in prayer however you would like to be served. In the room, we have those prayer request forms. Fill them out, drop them in the prayer boxes on the way out. And if you leave your phone number on them, we will call you at home. There's a prayer request form on our website. You can fill that out. Send it in. We will call you. We will do prayer over the phone with you or in the meet and greet room. However you would like to be supported in prayer, we are here to do that. We have licensed practitioners. We have a plethora of practitioners, and they are here to serve you in prayer. So don't leave this celebration today without getting prayer support. And what do we say? We say prayer changes things, right? So even if everything is going well, it can go better. It can absolutely get better. You can express more joy, more abundance, more prosperity, more peace, more of all of the qualities of God. So get prayer. Don't forget that. What else do I want to tell you? We have a greeting. We say it for our guests. We say it when people come through the door. We say it when people log on. We want you to know, right? So let's say it together. You with me? Whoever you are and wherever you are welcome here. You are safe and you are loved. Don't you just love that? And we absolutely support you wherever and however you are. So get comfortable. We have a wonderful celebration. Yeah, get cozy and comfortable in your seats. We have a wonderful celebration for you of music and prayer. And I'm going to turn it over to some great music right now. We're doing the best of our stay-at-home music. So it's going to be somebody different that will do our centering song to lead us into our 5-minute meditation. So take it away.
So here's a musical prayer for you. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. My mind is willing and my heart is open wide. I trust my instincts and let Spirit be my guide. I vow to live a life that's real and pure and free as I continue walking in the mystery. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. For every step I take is taken in pure faith, and I am kinder every moment, every day. Now there may be walls and there may be roadblocks in my way, but I can choose. That's kind of the big thing here. I can choose to take a higher path each day. And now I know that what I thought was safe and sound was only habit and regret that held me down. Sing with me now. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will surrender to my greatest, highest good. I will release any fear that blocks my way. I will release any fear that blocks my way. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. For every step I take is taken in pure faith. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. And I'm more loving every moment, every day. And I'm kinder. And I am kinder every moment, every day. I will surrender. I will surrender every moment, every day. And so it is.
Kind and loving and surrendered. That is great. I want to surrender to that too. My name is Reverend Sam Flynn. I'm a staff minister here at Vision, and just pausing in that kindness and loving surrender to Spirit. And so that's what we'll do right now in our meditation time for about 5 minutes. So just get comfortable wherever you are in the room or at home, and just allow a deep breath to take you there. And we'll have some quotes, and the ringing of the bowl will take us in and take us out of that meditation. We'll have a prayer, and just the centering in that kindness and loving surrender right now. And so from Mother Teresa, it is the business of the universal soul to reflect the images that Spirit casts into it. And from our founder, Ernest Holmes, he wrote what I just read. I got the authors mixed up. Mother Teresa writes, "Reach high, for the stars lie hidden in your soul. Dream deep, for every dream precedes the goal." knowing that there is just one life, and that life is spirit. That life is the fullness of all things. That right here and right now we are in the midst of that eternal one that is itself leading and guiding the way for each one of us. That we are here one together in that place that is infinite, that is empowered by itself, that is the very grace that is living through each of us, each day, each breath. That choice that each of us make to be here in that fullness of expression. So I know that it is that place from which all blessings flow. It is that place from which the gift is given each and every moment to be that expression of love, to be that surrendered moment, to be that kindness in the world, to be that full gift, knowing itself already given. So I know it is from here that prayer is answered. It is from here that that blessing is already given. And so I know as I speak now, this prayer is already answered, for it is the experience of spirit. It is the experience of God right now in that moment of meditation where that deep silence is felt, that deep, deep knowing that it is Spirit living my life, that is Spirit living the life of each one within the sound of my voice. And so I know all the words that follow are simply expressions of this one, simply the encounter with abundance, the encounter with truth, the encounter with wholeness, the knowing that it is the awareness of the blessing that gives that deep vision within each one of us, the expression, the hands and feet to follow through and to know how it happens, when it happens, that it is done. The universe has already responded. This service is already complete. Reverend Patti's word is already heard, taken in, and lived fully and completely. It is that blessing that awaits full expression within each one of us. And so the word already spoken is empowered, is given freedom, is received, and is responded to. The universe has said yes. I need only know that that experience of God in complete and full faith that we are one knows it as well. It is done, it is complete, it is good. I give thanks for it, and I release it now, knowing it is so. I simply let it be, and so it is.
Greetings, Reverend Patti and everyone at Vision. This is Peter Mayer, singer-songwriter from Minnesota. I'm so happy to be with you today. I'm here to share a couple songs with you. This one is a meditation called My Soul. There are 100 billion snowflakes swirling in the cosmic storm, and each one is a galaxy, a billion stars or more, and each star is a million Earths, a giant fiery sun, high up in some sky, maybe shining on someone. Deep inside a snowflake I am floating quietly. I am infinitesimal, impossible to see. Sitting in my tiny kitchen, in my tiny home, staring out my window at a universe of snow. my soul is so much bigger than the very tiny me. It reaches out into the snowstorm like a net into the sea, out to all the lovely places where my body cannot go. I touch that beauty and embrace it in the bosom of my soul. And so brief and fleeting is this tiny life of mine, like a single quarter note in the march of time. But my soul is like the music that goes back to ancient days, back before it wore a human face, long before it bore my name. Because my soul is so much older than the evanescent me, it can describe the dawn of time like a childhood memory. It is a spark that was begotten of the darkness long ago. What my body has forgotten, I remember in my soul. So we live this life together, my giant soul and tiny me, one resembling forever, one like smoke upon the breeze, one the deep abiding ocean, one a sudden flashing wave, and counting galaxies like snowflakes, I would swear we were the same. Oh, my soul belongs to beauty, takes me up to lofty heights, teaches sacred stories to me, sanctifies my tiny life, lays a bridge across the ages, melts the boundaries of my bones, and paints a bold, eternal face on this passing moment. Oh, my soul.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Soul songs. What a wonderful, wonderful thing. We are at the end of June already. Oh my gosh, I just can't believe it. The beginning of summer, the longest day of the year, is already behind us. And today we're talking about soul stuff. You know, the theme for the month was the soul's call, so I thought it would be appropriate that we finish up the month with soul stuff. What is soul stuff? What am I talking about? Well, let me tell you what Ernest Holmes had to say about soul stuff. He writes in the Science of Mind textbook, "We know that matter comes from somewhere, and our teaching is that soul stuff is the source from which it comes. We must, however, distinguish soul stuff from soul. Soul is subjective intelligence, the principle just beneath spirit, for while soul does not have conscious intelligence to choose, it certainly has intelligence to execute the desire of spirit. It is never in any sense unconscious. The term soul stuff refers to the primordial and undifferentiated substance from which all things are made. Wow, there's a lot there to unpack. So let us unpack that statement so that we really understand what Ernest means by universal subjective intelligence, soul stuff, and the human soul. Because all of that plays a part, doesn't it, in our lives and in our ability to manifest the kind of life of our dreams, the life that we desire to live. There is a lot in that one statement he made. And it's on page 91 in the Science of Mind textbook if you're interested in getting more context before and after that statement. It was 91, paragraph 3. Anyway. So when we talk about the Science of Mind teaching symbol, right? You know, the big round V, 3 different areas of speciality, basically, that we're talking about. The top part is spirit, or first cause. This is just pure volition. This is the chooser, the active part that decides, right? And then you have that middle part that's always been the haziest one for people to understand. It's always kind of really, I don't know, nebulous, you know, when we talk about soul. That middle part is soul. Or it would be, in our analogy of seed, soil, plant, right? The middle part would be the soil. In the analogy of spirit, soul, body, it is the soul part. And so that's what we're talking about. We are discussing this middle area, this universal subjective mind, if you will. And of course, the bottom part of that teaching symbol is the effect, the manifestation, the physical world in which we all live and move and have our being, right? This is how if spirit's descent into form is the bottom part of that teaching symbol. The entire circle is all there is, eternity, ever expanding and ever expressing. So according to that statement I just read from Ernest Holmes, the soul stuff is really the energy that takes form, right? We know that energy just shifts, right? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It simply changes form. So I think of this soul stuff as this energy, this out-of-form energy, this undifferentiated energy. And actually, I kind of, in my mind, I like to think of that soul stuff as stem cells. You know, stem cells in our body. When given direction through the regulation of gene expression, these undifferentiated cells in our bodies become specialized, right? A stem cell becomes a lung cell, or a stem cell becomes a heart cell, or a stem cell becomes a liver cell. So I like to think of soul stuff, Ernest's definition of soul stuff, very much in the same way. It remains undifferentiated. It's just energy out of form until that undifferentiated energy of the universal subjective intelligence gets direction, right? That energy, that soul stuff, if you will, hangs out in this primordial or undifferentiated state until directed by spirit to take form. And then it flows into form, right? Stem cells become heart cells by direction, by DNA. Soul stuff becomes a new job, or a car, or a loved one, by direction. Same sort of thing, spirit, soul, body. Differentiated, but not apart from each other. Still all aspects of the one body. It's the same thing from the universal aspect all the way down to the individual aspect. Works the same way every time. And this is how everything comes to pass. The divine creative process works the same way all the time for everyone, always. The predominant thought becomes a thing through this very process. Thoughts become things, right? That's one of our expressions. Thoughts become things. Now that's soul stuff. It is pure potential that gets directed and flows into form. In the science of mind, Ernest Holmes defines soul as the creative medium of spirit, the subjective side of life, the mirror of the mind, for it reflects the forms of thought which are given to it. Human soul life reenacts the soul life of the universe. So our personal portion of it, our personal point of existence in universal subjective mind reenacts this exact divine creative process. He goes on to say this: soul is subjective because it takes the thought of conscious mind and acts on it. Its nature is subjective in that it does not analyze or reject. It only carries out orders given to it. Infinite in its power and ability to do, but not knowing that it does. It has no vested interest. It has no judgment. It has no evaluation. It is simply given information that it acts on. That is universal subjective mind. That is universal soul. That is the soul of the universe. Now, the human soul acts the same way in our lives. It has the same purpose. It takes the impress of our thoughts and it creates a mold of our acceptance into which this soul stuff is poured. That makes sense? And there you go, manifestation, right? The result is a manifestation in our own life, a form, something in the physical world, whatever it is. And this is how we replicate the divine creative process in our individual lives. Exactly what Spirit does on the universal side. And that's why when we teach in Foundations, there is the universal and then there is the personal, right? This is the way it works in the universal. This is the divine creative process. This is how Spirit outpictures itself in form. This is how we co-create using the exact same divine creative process. So we discussed universal subjective mind. We discussed universal soul and soul stuff. And now let's talk about our use of it. Let's talk about the human soul. Ernest Holmes in the textbook again says, we treat of soul as being that part of our mental being, which is subject to the conscious mind, right? Same thing as Spirit does, right? It is subject to the conscious mind. Ernest goes on to say, from this viewpoint, the individual soul is an effect. It is not a cause. And we have to keep that in mind. I want you to hear that. The individual human soul is an effect. It is not a cause. Just like our bodies are an effect, just like everything else in the manifest universe is an effect. It is not a cause. And this is the reason why the human soul evolves, right? This is how we evolve. This is why we evolve. This is the reason we grow in experiences. We grow soul. We evolve in it. I remember when I was in ministerial school, my dean at that time, the dean of the Holmes Institute, was Reverend Dr. Alice Bandy. Dear Alice, I love her. And we were having a meeting one day, and I was kind of a driven student. I was one of those, have to get on the dean's list, have to have straight A's, have to do it right. And she sat me down one day and she said, you know what I want you to do next term? I want you to go for the B. And I was like, I almost had a nervous breakdown. What do you mean go for the B? And she said to me, the tests and the classwork and the evaluations and the reports you have to write, all of that stuff, it's all stuff to keep your mind and body busy while your soul evolves to become a minister. And I went, oh, that's brilliant. I hadn't ever thought of it that way. But that's what we are doing. That is the call of our soul, is to experience more life, for the soul to evolve. The experience of life and everything that life has to offer. That's why the soul doesn't differentiate between good stuff and not so good stuff, right? Highs, lows, challenges, the happiness, the rewards, the bliss, the sorrow. The soul doesn't differentiate. It doesn't. It just wants to experience connection, life. You know, the soul craves experience and connection, but it does not initiate. That is the job of our highest and best self within us. That is the job of our spirit. It waits upon spirit to give it direction. Then it takes that direction and it pours out the possibility of our experience. That's what it does. Robert Holden said, if you think there's something missing from your life, it's probably you. We have to get back inside of our bodies. We have to get back in touch with our passions. We have to get back in touch with our desires. We have to listen to that still small voice and understand it's not about getting, but it's about receiving. It's about being open to. It's about the soul's call. And when we do this consciously and purposefully, we demonstrate our most predominant thoughts. And isn't that what you want to do? And you want to demonstrate your most predominant thought? Don't you want that most predominant thought to be your better self, your more expressive self, your more authentic self, the highest and best self that Spirit has in mind for you? That's what you want to demonstrate in the world. More joy, more love, more peace, more wisdom. We do that by getting clear. You know, when we're not awake, we manifest all over the place, don't we? We manifest stuff, we look at it like, what the hell? What? How did that happen? Well, it was in there. It was in there with all the other scattered thoughts we're having because we're not awake, because we haven't trained our minds, because we haven't done the work. So we kind of manifest all over the place. Prayer and meditation are excellent ways to become clear regarding the soul's call, right? What is your soul calling you to do? What is your soul calling you to be? That's really the question. Ernest Holmes said, prayer is essential, not to the salvation of the soul, for the soul is never lost, but to the conscious well-being of the soul that does not understand itself. So we're here to nurture it. We're here to grow it. We're here to love it into its highest and best, to give it all the experience and all the life that we can. And when we do the work, and by work I mean our spiritual practice, when we do the meditation and the prayer work and the visioning and all of that, we give it clear direction, don't we? When we're clear, we give it clear direction. Just like those stem cells, right? Just like those stem cells are given clear direction by the DNA and they become that. We want to give our soul stuff that clear, definite direction so that we can manifest our intentions, right? We don't want to think apples and get oranges. We've done something odd if that happens. We want to be clear so that our intentions manifest. So when clear direction is put into the soul, it goes to work, creating the mold of our acceptance again, and out-picturing accordingly. In Living Without Fear, Ernest Holmes said this. He said, effective prayer or treatment, he called it, in its highest form is the simple and direct communication of the human soul or spirit with the oversoul or spirit. So it is about that communion. Even though we are the effect, we are still immersed in, everything happens within this field of everything. Everything happens. Universal intelligence is all there is. This energy of spirit is all there is. So we are existing within it, and yet we have individualized use of it. And so it is our communion with the whole. This is the business of your soul. This is the business of your soul. And we are being called all the time to our highest and best, aren't we? We're being called all the time by our soul to outpicture the highest and best of us. We are called to those high aspects, to those qualities of God. We are here to demonstrate more beauty, more joy, more balance, more love, the place where the human communes with the divine within, the place where we recognize our oneness, not only with spirit, but with each other. There's only one thing happening here in this room, along these wires, through this technology. There's only one thing happening, and that's spirit having an experience. And you may think it's you, but it is spirit flowing through you. You will have individualized it. You're using it. But even the cells of your body are spirit. You are the beloved's own. We must do the work of being clear in the direction our spirit wants to walk. And that takes surrender sometimes. And when it comes to that, Walt Whitman had great advice. I think this was part of a commencement speech he gave, where he says, re-examine all you have been told in school or church or in any book, and dismiss whatever insults your soul. And your very flesh shall become a great poem, and have the richest fluency not only in its words, but in the silent lines of its lips and face, and between the lashes of your eyes, and in every motion and every joint of your body. Just breathe that in. That is what we're here to do. That's what we're here to live. So examine what you've been taught. Examine what you believe, you think you believe. Examine what you think is truth. And dismiss everything that insults your soul. And you know what? You know this. You know it. You know what insults your soul that maybe you're doing anyway, and you're just trying to ignore it, We are here to live the qualities of God. We are here, and when we surrender to the call of our soul, spirit, the wholeness and the allness that we are meant to be flows through us. We become our most authentic selves ever when we surrender to this. We are here to be joy of God, allowing it to just flow through us, right? All of the qualities are found within us. So we are here to be those open channels to allow it to flow through us. All the joy, all the love, all the peace. It's not about stuff. Sorry. We all spent the first half of our lives trying to collect all that stuff, It's not about the stuff, is it? Never made you happy anyway, did it? Or maybe it made you happy for a few minutes. But then there's more stuff to get, right? Now there's next year's stuff. Let's see the 2022 stuff. It's coming out, right? It's not about the stuff. It's not about the biggest house or the newest car or the highest pay or the, or the promotion. It's about the peace that passes all understanding. It's about going through all of those things. And I'm not saying they're bad things or they should be shunned, but what I'm saying is they're not the answer. They're not the truth of us. They're just another effect. They're just another condition that flows through our lives. But the peace that passes all understanding, that is the truth of us. That is the eternal. That's what remains. All the stuff in the world, all the convincing, all the arguing, all the back and forth stuff, it's just all meant to keep us busy while our soul evolves, right? Same thing. The Dalai Lama said the mind can rationalize fighting back, but the heart would never understand that. Then you are divided within yourself, the heart and the mind, and the war is inside you. And that's where we can make a change. That's where we can go to our highest self and commune with that inner spirit and reconcile that, right? We don't have to insist we're right all the time. We don't, was it somebody said, practice your power by not expressing your opinion, Practice your personal power by not expressing your opinion. Let things be, let things go. Your peace of mind is more important than being right. Your peace of mind is more important than exerting your will over things a lot of times. And isn't that where we find ourselves? A lot, or many times, I don't know, fighting in our own minds, right? The war is in our own minds all the time. Or fighting with each other, arguing over who's right, arguing what position to take, arguing over politics. God only knows we could do that forever. Arguing over how and where and when to be, Usually insisting that our way is the right way. I can't tell you how many times I said, boy, if I ran the world, ... Just assuming our way is the right way, or there must be winners or losers, right? Winners and losers, or we have to get ahead at the expense of some other person or group. But our hearts know the truth. Our soul knows there's only one. There's only one spirit. There is only one life. There is only one universal intelligence. And if we are disagreeing with someone, we are disagreeing and arguing with ourselves. When we are putting someone on the losing end of something, we are there too. We're there too. We claim we want peace on earth, but God, we can't even get peace on Facebook. Think about it. When we surrender to Spirit, when we listen to the call of our soul, we get to live the authentic life that Spirit has in mind for us. And we mustn't be afraid, because this is a second thought that comes in. We must not be afraid that surrendering fully and completely to the call of Spirit will cause us to miss out on something, or cause us to lose, or lack something. And here's why we know this. Because full and total surrender to Spirit adds all of the good into our lives, doesn't it? It doesn't take anything away from us to surrender. And in fact, it adds into it. That's why all of these practices, all of these spiritual practices are adding to the fullness of our lives. Matthew 6:33, seek first the kingdom of God, right? Isn't that what it says? And all of its righteousness and all these things will be added to you. You practice the principles, and you surrender to your own greater good, and all these things are added in. They're not taken away from you. You're not living a life, void of love and joy. It's all added in. Malachi 3:10, bring the tithes into the storehouse, that there may be food in my house, and prove me, said the Lord, if I will not open to you the windows of heaven and pour you out a blessing, that there will not be room enough to receive it. When we put Spirit first, when we put these laws to use, these spiritual laws in practice in our lives, all of these things are added in. We've been reminded of that through Scripture, through other ancient writings. We are told when we put the right things in order, when we put spiritual practice first and foremost. I remember, Sam, you just read a quote from Mother Teresa. I remember Mother Teresa saying she had such a busy day in front of her that she had to meditate twice as long. That's what we do. We have to go twice as long. Most of us would go, oh, I don't have time for it, right? I don't have time for it. I got too much to do. But no, when we put things in right order, all of those blessings flow into our life. It's not taken away. We must live by cause and not effect. And good flows into our experience. We won't miss out on anything. Ernest Holmes said this, to be filled with the fullness of God is to manifest our true nature, which is the Christ, the power that works within us. This power is the power of Spirit, and if we admitted no other, we should ever be satisfied, happy, prosperous, well, and complete. Listen deeply, listen longingly, listen regularly to the call of your soul. It is calling you to live your best life, your most authentic life, your fullest life ever. Thank you.
Song's called Soul Space. In all these crowded rooms, with all the blaring news, or on the freeway at 5, just trying to stay alive, get to my show on time. I get lost. Have you considered what is the cost? Attention spread like glitter on an open field where the green grass should grow. I forget something I've always known. In this human race, my soul needs space. Yeah, my soul needs space. How I miss your face. Oh, my soul needs space. Yeah, my soul needs space. And all these flashing screens, never too far from our noses, always beckoning to keep on up with the Joneses. Are the avarice and all those deadly sins. I forget, oh yeah, my head it spins in this human race. My soul needs space. How my soul needs space. Ooh, I miss your face when my soul needs space. Yeah, my soul needs space. Feels like a cacophony is playing each day. Well, we're just trying to make music. It's not all the notes that get played, but the silence between them. Space. 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 My soul needs space. So
You know, it's just lovely to hear all of this music that we have been beaming in from around the country for this last 15 months. What a delight, what a special treasure it was to be able to share music from people who are not here in the city normally. So yay, thank you for that, Michael. Now is our time for conscious circulation. It is our opportunity to give back to Spirit from our first and best, right? To give back from something that we have been given. You know, it is always about receiving and passing on. And so I invite you to bring into your consciousness your giving, whether here or wherever you give to those people, places, and things that nourish you spiritually. If Vision is the place, thank you so much. You know, it does support us and it allows us to do what we do here. And we're getting the place all ready for you to come back in this very room. I'm so excited. So if you have chosen to give, if you give online or regularly through your bank or wherever, or if you're in the room here, thank you so much. We have boxes on the way out for giving. So take a deep breath. Let us go within and know our abundance, because it is a quality of God. And we know we can never outgive God, for Spirit is forever supporting its expressions, and we are that. We are the outpicturing of Spirit. So we know what flows through us is all the abundance, all of the joy, all of the peace, all of the love that we are. We know flows from Spirit. We are one. And so that abundance that flows through us, it is that recognition that God is in all things. There is no shortage. There is never any doubt. There is never any fear. There is only God. There is only good. And we know that we accept it gratefully and we pass it on graciously, and we stay forever in that flow of giving and receiving. Giving great thanks. I know this is so, and so it is. Amen.
Hi, Vision CSL. I'm so happy to be here with you and to share a song about the cosmic truth of you, child of this universe. I am a child of this universe. The ocean dances at my feet. The wind plays a melody through my hair. I am loved at every turn. I am kissed by Mother Earth. I am a child of this universe. The sun warms me in its embrace. The stars have a light for me in the sky. I am honored by all life. I am held by Father Time. Every blade of grass, every shaking leaf on a tree, every mountain top sings of the glory of God moving through me. Oh, yes, I am a child of this universe. Through my breath, all of life can bring. I plant the seeds with my every dream. I can love at every turn. Give a kiss to Mother Earth, yes. Yes, I am a child of this universe. I greet the God in each face. I am the channel for peace to flow. Oh, I honor all of life. I'm one with Father Time. To every blade of grass, to every shaking leaf on a tree, to every mountain top, I sing of the glory of God moving through. Moving as me, moving as you and you and you, moving, moving as all.
We have the greatest music here at Vision, do we not? Yes, right? Always, always do. Thank you so much, Faith. And of course, now is the time for our Miracle Minute. And I just wanted to say I got an email from Barbara C. And she said she doesn't want to jump the gun, but she got an interview with her dream job. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to know the truth for her, right? We're going to know her highest and best good. All of us who are practitioners, licensed or not licensed, right? Licensed are the list in the bulletin, unlicensed is everybody else. So please, we're going to know the truth for her. She will get back to us with, of course, the demonstration. So there, I love that. I think it's wonderful. And now you know what time it is. It is time for the last word by Johnny Kirko.
Hello, all. Hi. Nice to see all of you guys. Energy. I've been talking about this for over 15 months. The energy of you is so important. I'm so glad to have you here. I can't wait for next week. We're going to talk about that. Meet and greet right after our celebration. Join us for that. There's links up on the website, also on our Facebook page. Join us for that. Led by Billy Francis today, I believe. Yes. Our coffee connection, Monday through Friday at 8:30. It's led by Reverend Lori Sheets. And join us for that. It's about a half-hour get-together. They say hello, get together, and just join in our group. So uplifts. We began the uplifts 15 months ago when the pandemic started. And Reverend Patti, like the trooper she is, came together, and she came up with the name of the uplift and started doing these uplifts every single day during the beginning of our pandemic. And it was the beginning of the pandemic that we stopped doing services, and now we are starting our services back up next week, and our uplift is ending. So our last uplift will be this Friday at 1 o'clock. So join us for that. We'll talk more about it next week in all the recognition of all the people who have helped on this. But so Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we will be doing our last 3 uplifts. Reverend Patti Marcus is going to be there with us, and then Reverend Patti. So join us for those. Reverend Patti is going to be starting a class on Wednesday, July 17th. It starts at 10 a.m. in the morning. It's called Living Emma's Lessons. Reverend Patti will be setting that up. It's a 6-week class, 5-week. 5-week class. So join us for that. Go to the website. You can look for all the links there. Mark Danishofsky is going to be doing a concert on May 10th, and it's called Around the World in 80 Minutes.
Actually, it's July 10th.
What did I say?
You said May 10th.
July.
So 15 months ago, when we were designing the live streaming setup here, I said to John, I need to do a concert, and that way we can calibrate it for all the other concerts that we've done. Well, instead of that, I've practiced for 15 months. And what I do in my other life is I travel around Southern California, like to the Beverly Hills Hotel, and I play French and Italian music, and I play bar mitzvahs and all this. And so what I have done for the past 15 months is I've actually been in Paris playing music, or I've been in Rome, or I've been in Budapest, which is my neck of the woods as a Hungarian. So what I'd like to do now that Vision people are going to go back out into the world, but still you want to be in a safe place. I want to do a concert here on July 10th. It's right before Bastille Day. We'll spend some time in Paris, and I'll do a concert of music around the world. It'll be mostly accordion, some piano, and what I want to encourage you to do, think about this week. People who have traveled around the world, if you've been to Paris, you've been to Rome, or you've been to Athens, or Budapest, or Prague, or Ukraine, if you have your favorite picture from a country, next week I'll give you my email address and you can send it to me. And if you come to the concert, you'll be able to reminisce about your trip to those places, and your picture will be projected while I'm playing music from the country where you visited. So think about that. Pick one picture, because I know if you say two, if I say two, you'll say, you picked the wrong one. So anyway, July 10th at 7 o'clock, come here, have the first Vision concert together, and I have been working hard on the accordion, so I'm ready to show everybody what I've done. So thank you.
Thank you, Mark. We'll have tickets available on the website also. You can just come and be a part of that because we're opening this space up for all kinds of events. Matching fundraiser, I want to thank everybody who's donated already. This is the last week of the fundraiser. We're still about $2,000 short of it, but I know it's going to happen. So this week, thank you everybody who's done it. You can go up to the website and you can sign up for that and be a part of the matching fundraiser. It's going to help us get into the black for our fiscal year, which ends on Wednesday, as a matter of fact. Next week, Reverend Patti Paris will be back. Her talk title is Spirit's Idea. And will we be back? Yes. And everyone's going to be in this room. Everyone's going to be here. We have the band and Mark Danishofsky. We have Rhea Carey. We have Andy Anderson. Reverend Patty's going to be here. You are the only piece that's going to be missing, so don't miss. Be here with us. So I just want to be clear about something on that. Mask wearing is not required if you haven't, unless you've not been vaccinated. So if you haven't been vaccinated, we're asking you to wear a mask. And if you want to wear a mask, wear it. We want you here. We want to love you and embrace you. But so we've also come up with a way to make it easier for everybody who doesn't want to be hugged or who wants to be hugged. There's little stickers we're going to give out to everybody. And the green ones say, hugs happening here. And the red ones say, loving from a distance. And what that means is, whatever color you're wearing, if you're wearing a red one, we won't give you a big hug. But if you're wearing a green one, you're going to get massive amounts of hugs. So these will be at the doors of the setup with the greeters. I can't wait to see you guys. Love you. Come and be a part of this celebration. It's going to be magical. We are having Independence Day right here at Vision. Thanks, guys.
Time it is now. It is time to stand up. We're going to say our affirmations. We're going to ground ourselves in the truth of them from the cosmic energy and up from the earth energy. We're just going to mingle and mix those energies together for perfect balance for the body you're in right now. And just when we say these in the present tense, in power and passion, in purpose, we know the truth of them for ourselves. So you ready? You with me? Let's say that. I am a living revelation of a loving God. The love that I give comes back to me many times over. My specialty is heart-centered relationships. Number 1. I was really drawn to number 1, so let's say them both. Let's say number 1. I am a living revelation of a loving God. My specialty is heart-centered relationships. Wow, they just flow together so nicely, don't they? Let's pray out. Giving great thanks for this day, for everything in it, for each and every one of us, for those who have tuned in over the technology, for those who have come into the room to share their energy and love. We know that there is no distance in God. We know that we are one. We know that there is no big or little to the Spirit who has created everything. We know that we are part of the whole. We are that individualized expression, that singular thread in the tapestry of this thing called life. And each and every one of us are so, so blessed with all of the qualities of God flowing through us. We know God is good all the time, always, and in all ways. And so it is. Amen. Wow. See you next week. It's going to be big. Come see us. Bye-bye.
I got the power, and I love with all my might. I got the power, and I'm bringing on the light. I've got the power, and all I've got to do is be. Oh, powerful, 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 powerful me. I got the power, and I get stronger every day. I got the power, well, it's in everything I say. I got the power, as mighty as sequoia tree. Oh, powerful, 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 powerful me. You see that I can take to the sky on phoenix wings. From the ashes I will fly. I cannot separate myself from the beauty that I see. Oh, powerful, 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 powerful me. I got the power, and I see you got it too. I got the power, in everything we do. I got the power, power, shining with possibility. Oh, powerful, 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 powerful me. You see that I can take to the sky on phoenix wings. From the ashes I will fly. I cannot separate myself from the beauty that I see in powerful, 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 powerful me. I got the power, power, and I'm not keeping it inside. I got the power, power, and my life's a crazy ride. I got the power, power, shining with possibility. In powerful, 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 powerful.